Was it difficult to get speaking or get people to take that subject matter? And was Trust Sucks the very first one that you did?
Yeah, in terms of talk, in terms of TED Talks, TEDx Talks,
Yeah.
yes, that was my very first one. I think the world has a need for this. We are living obviously in the big tech era. Everybody's adopting technology from young to incredibly old and incredibly young. And so this is a subject that I feel like has been the redheaded stepchild in the room for
Mm.
quite some time. And I like to say that I've been the redheaded stepchild in the room until the last 5 years or so, because now as we see the basically cybersecurity become more prevalent in the news, you think of the 2016 Russian interference news, all that kind of stuff. I don't care what you believe politically, this was news. And by virtue of that, it came to the forefront. People were realizing they're being data mined. People were realizing that hacking essentially was an inevitable event in the world, and hopefully it wouldn't happen to them. And so, by virtue of that, it's been a good combination of basically me being an extrovert and a cybersecurity expert being able to talk on these. I wouldn't be here probably if that wasn't the case.
Just, I want to get into Trust Sucks a little bit, but I just want to ask you, was it difficult for you to come up with that title and for that title to be accepted?
No, actually, I so the event I did was a TEDx Northbrook, which is a here in the Chicagoland area, and I was one of about 200 or 300 applicants that they had, and I was one of four speakers that they selected. And so
Mm.
I walked in basically understanding that, yeah, okay, I'm going to build this. And my very first draft of this, it sounded like I was giving a speech to an accounting firm, meaning slide after slide
Yeah,
of
yeah,
points. And I'm
yeah,
thinking to myself,
yeah.
oh, no, wait a second. I've never seen a TED Talk where you are just busy with slides. It's conceptual. It's talking essentially in the ether of you will of consciousness, if you will. And so that's my second draft is actually the one that I pitched to the committee that was vetting me and interviewing me for this. And they loved it. They said this was great. And it actually, they told me they like, well, it came down to me and another person speaking in technology, but mine was the one that was more TED-ish, if you
Yes.
will. So there you go.
Now, Trust Sucks is a good title. I love that. But what I think I loved more than that was your subtitle. Tell us about the one word subtitle you had there.
Trust sucks and the one word subtitle.
Yeah,
I
caught you,
am
didn't
not.
I?
I'll be honest. I'm not. This is 4 years ago. I'm not remembering the subtitle. What was the
Because
subtitle I had?
oftentimes, I believe, or something along those lines. Now that I'm thinking about it, I just listened to it an hour ago. Conditionally. Trust
Yeah,
sucks conditionally.
conditionally. And so one of my premise that I talk about in that is that we need trust in our lives. We cannot have a society without trust. And when you see a breakdown of trust in society, you really cease to have a society. In the same way that like you should be able to trust your spouse and he or she should be able to trust you. You should be able to trust your kids and vice versa. We need trust. I trust my mechanic's going to fix my car and not rip me off. But when it comes to the
Mhm.
technological infrastructure around us, we have to have a layer of distrust basically filter that, because the person that's connecting to us on Facebook may not actually be that long lost friend, or Prince Ubuntu in Nigeria may actually not exist and he doesn't need help with his revolution and he's going to give you
Right,
money for it,
right,
which is a
right,
very common one. So yeah,
right.
trust sucks when it comes to technology.